Kiki sends it over to the back corner. Good hit by Kiki. Is returned though. Leah's there. Now to Piper. Piper to the back corner. Piper with a block. That's going to be a problem for the Longhorns. Does it make it over? It does. Little bit of confusion as both Cam and Sima went for it. Kiki tried to save it. Couldn't quite pull it off. 7-10. All right, substitution time. Piper and Leah swap, and then we have a double substitution on the part of the Longhorns. Number 1 for the Longhorns to serve now. All right, there's the serve. Oh, with a dive, Simon tries to get there. Unfortunately, that's a Longhorn ace. 11-7. All right, there's your serve. Sent over quickly by Sima. Here comes the return. Kiki's there to Sima with a one-arm punch and makes it over the net. Getting ready for the return now. Here we go. But right there is Kylie. Sent over quickly. That's one. Double push to the outside hitter. Outside hitter spikes it hard. That is long. Quick thinking, quick responses. Looks like it should be swapping time. Sima and Haley, and Ryan and Sahiti. All right, that's going to have your front row as Haley, Cam, and Kiki. There in midcourt is Kylie and Leah, and Sahiti will be serving in a close game of 8-11. There's your serve. Quick return, but Cam responds fast. Middle hitter takes it off the block of Haley. Kylie's there, and Haley ends up sending it back over as Leah gives it to her. Outside hitter's going to take that one and cannot get it over the net, giving a 9th point to the War Eagles. Lots of back and forth fighting there. Oh, good serve from Sahiti. And you know why it's a good serve? Because that's an ace. 10-11. War Eagles come within 1 now. Still having connection issues, looks like. Number 11, Sahiti with the serve. Good serve as well. Longhorns 2, back to their inside hitter. Inside hitter hits it. Inside hitter hits it very long. And we folks have a brand new game at 11-11. Keep it up, the cheers from the sideline. Sahiti, back right corner, midcourt, right side. Outside hitter's going to take that. Outside hitter hits it, but right there is Kiki. Sahiti to Haley. Haley sends it over. Moving back in the positions, Kiki. Quick response. That's going to go long, and that gives the War Eagles a 1-point lead. Got awful quiet in here. Right now, Coach Rachel talking about the rotation that they're making, keeping the ball on the outside and then keeping our ball on the outside as well. So it looks like that might be the direction that Longhorns are trying to play. South, a lot more energy today than the last time they played the Longhorns. Sahiti going to go again. We're going to be looking to see, did she get thrown off her game? And the answer is unfortunately yes, as it's now a 12-12 game as that ball goes wide. All right, cleared to serve. There's your serve. Leah lets it go. Good call by Leah as that ball is long. That's what we like. All right. Kiki's going to be serving for us. Cleared to serve. Here we go. Looks like they're going to handle it. Send over quick, but Leah down to a knee gets there. Maddie and Cam neither talking on who gets that, and the ball falls between them for a Longhorn point. Substitution time. Ashley comes in for Kiki. All right. Longhorns, there's the serve. Nice floater to Leah. Leah gives it to Sahiti. Sahiti goes outside to Maddie. Maddie, unfortunately, having to almost jump backwards mid-flight, not quite able to handle that as it went long. All right, there's the serve. Down to a sliding knees. Ashley gets there in time. It's going to get returned, this time to Leah. Leah to Sahiti, who had to struggle to get there. Maddie, though, gets it over right away. Leah diving as the Longhorns sent that over much earlier than planned, finding the hole as Maddie had to adjust and Leah was still recovering from the last hit. 13-15, another point-for-point drag-out, knockdown fight between these two teams. But guess what? That's too long. So 14 for the War Eagles. It's point substitution time now. Piper comes in. Leah to serve. Leah's serve. Back middle. Handled. They're going to go to their middle hitter. Middle hitter hits it. Middle hitter sends it wide. And once again, we have a brand new game at 15 all. All right, Leah to go again. Leah, good serve, drops it right in front of their back row. They're going to go to their outside hitter who called for it from the beginning. Haley goes up for the block, but it didn't matter as that ball did not make it over the net. (16-15). There's your serve. Ooh, returned early. Sahiti tries to get there. This early return is starting to hurt South as they don't react quickly. They're looking for that third hit, that consistent rhythm. And when it gets out of rhythm, they haven't been able to quite capture those moments. All right, here we go. That's Maddie. Haley, unfortunately, Haley not quite able to get the ball over the net. All right, here comes the serve from the Longhorns, now up by 1. Easy floater to Piper. Piper to Sahiti. Sahiti over to Maddie. Maddie with a good spike. Handled by the Longhorns. They're going to return it. Middle hitter. Right there's Ashley, though. To Sahiti, to Piper. Piper towards the back corner. Piper gets a kill! 17 all. There we go again. Haley serving in this point-for-point drag-out. Knockdown battle, extreme. Good serve, back corner. Handled. Middle, they're going to their outside hitter. Outside hitter takes it. Leah gets there in time. Sahiti sets it to Maddie. Maddie sends it towards the back corner. Maddie with a kill! War Eagles take a 1-point lead. All right, Haley gets to go again. Fun fact, I'm watching 2 ProLink coaches against each other. Haley again. There's the serve, middle of the row. They're going to send that to their middle hitter who taps it, but guess who's there? Maddie. All right, Haley to Sahiti. Sahiti behind her to what was supposed to be Piper, I think. Piper let it go, resulting in a 18-all game. Double substitution on both sides. We have Sahiti and Ryan swapping out there at the front, and Haley and Saima So on the court, once cleared the substitute, we'll have Ryan, Piper, Maddie, Ashley, Leah, and Sima. This, again, between this Longhorns team and War Eagles team, a point-for-point battle, just like it was on Monday. Neither team getting a clear advantage or a clear disadvantage. Leah tries to get there, not able to, despite a very good effort on her part. 19-18. All right, here we go. There's your serve. That's Ashley. Ashley to Maddie, who gets there. And Ryan, unfortunately, not quite able to handle it. And the longest lead in a little while, the Longhorns get a 2-point lead. Shout out to Maddie on that dig. 18-20. Number 35 serving again. There's your serve. This time it's Ashley. Sima does a great job getting there on time. Piper gets it over the net. They're going to return it middle hitter. Middle hitter, Piper and Ryan both go up. Middle hitter doesn't handle it. Longhorns, War Eagles, again, a 1-point match. Ashley swapping for Kiki as Maddie moves into the serve position. 19-20, 1-point difference, cleared the serve. Good serve, right over the net. Handled though, outside hitter's gonna take it. Outside hitter cannot take it as they hit it into the net because that net is too high. Once again, 20-20, Maddie to go again. Maddie, good serve towards the back. Called on the Bulldogs side. Middle hitter takes it, middle hitter hits it. It's long though. 21 for the War Eagles as it was O-U-T, out. 20, Maddie to serve again. Longhorn sideline trying to get their team excited. Maddie again, good hard hit. Handled by Longhorns. Longhorns send over. Leah with a dive. Sima there this time. Leah again. This time to Kiki. Kiki towards the back. Kiki with a kill! Kiki with a kill! 22. And now the War Eagles take a 2-point lead. Here goes Maddie again. Maddie, good serve. Oh, barely dug out, but was dug out. Middle hitter sends it. Leah, Sima, Leah again. War Eagles pulling that off. Here comes the return, this time right to Maddie. Maddie to Sima. Sima to Kiki. God, net slash Kiki, none of them. 22-21. This is a fight. 32 for the Longhorns going to serve. Maddie and Kylie have swapped out. There's your serve. Nice floater. Leah's right there, though. Leah to Sima. Sima moves it over to Kiki. Kiki sends it over the net. Kiki sends it too far. And we have another brand new ball game. 22 all. Here comes their return serve. It's there. This time it's Sima to Piper, who sends it up high. Leah calls for it. Nice bump hit by Leah to send that straight over. Almost a spike. Kylie pulls back her hands at the last second. Good call, as that ball was O-U-T, out. Leah and Cam swapping, 23-22. There's Piper's serve. Piper with an ace! Piper gets the ace. A-C-E, ace! 1 point away from winning this hard-earned set. 24-22. Time out. Longhorns, as they are going to try to ice Piper. Meanwhile, Piper ready to try to give her best effort to get that point. Coach Rachel probably telling the team, just keep doing what they're doing. Take the set, take the time, 1 point, 1 play. Be ready for the quick return, as that has really been where the Longhorns have gotten almost all of their points, is in that really fast, first ball or second ball return instead of getting in the position with the hitters. Timeout is over. Set point. Piper's cleared to serve. Fingers are up. There's the serve towards the back corner. That one's going to be handled. They're going to return that with their inside hitter, Cam, to Sima. Sima back to Cam. Cam sends it over. Good diving save. Oh, nobody called it, and the ball dropped in front of all of the War Eagles. 3 or 4 of them there on that one. Neither able to get there. Substitution time. Looks like we got a double substitution on the part of the Lambert Longhorns. War Eagles still 1 point away from their win. Number 1 serves. Kylie's there. Cam punches it over. Quick thinking on her part. They're going to return it. Outside hitter. Outside hitter sends it over. Kylie's there. Sima's going to Kiki with this one. Kiki towards the back corner. They dig that one out. Middle hitter in front of Kylie. And once again, folks, we have a tie game. 24-24. Now, in volleyball, you do have to win by 2 points. So this is no longer a set point. Nice, easy serve. Kylie calls for it. Immediately sent it back over with the bump. Their outside hitter is going to try to take that. But with the kill is Ryan as she sends it right back over and finds the hole in the front. That was an incredible hit. Substitution time. Ryan and Sahiti. Sima and Haley. Sahiti being told to serve it up. Pinky's in the air. Sahiti. Oh! Sahiti catches the very top of the net. I think there was a little bit of pressure on her there. And we are back to this is not a set point. 25 all. Leah down to a knee, gets there. Sahiti sets it behind her. That's Kiki. Kiki hits it. Unfortunately, Kiki hits it long, and we are now calling a timeout for the War Eagles. This is set point now for the Longhorns as they are up by 1. I mean, if you want to talk about a fight, folks, 1 point for 1 point, 2 points for 2 points. This has been back and forth. Both coaches are just going to be talking their team through the fundamentals right now. Don't be nervous. Don't be scared. 1 ball at a time. You got this. It's your game to win. Trying to see if I could read Coach Rachel's lips, but couldn't quite get what she was saying there to see how close I was. South back out first. Now all the pressure is on number 13 on the Longhorns. Leah gets there in time. Good save. Sahiti moves it forward. Kiki calls for it, sends it over. Right back to the Longhorn server. Hard spike, but Sahiti's there. Unfortunately, the ball fell on our side of the net, and after an extremely well-fought game, the Longhorns win the first set with a score of 27-25. We folks will be back in just a few minutes with the next All right, folks, we are back. All right, South versus Lambert again. War Eagles versus Longhorns. That was a serious fight that we just watched. See if All right, folks, sorry about that. I am back. It's always nice when I can help a parent out, watch the games, or get it to family members. So that is always nice. And sometimes that involves technical support. All right, kind of our usual starting lineup already out there. You'll see Haley, of course, Cam, Kiki. In the back row, you've got Maddie, is Piper, who will turn into Leah here in just a minute, and then Sahiti. Looks like I'm back to having problems. I don't know what's going on with the connectivity here. This has been a fight in terms of the connectivity. Now, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I am in a big concrete building, but hopefully I can maintain this connection and keep things going. According to the app, I should be in pretty good shape right now. Probably not the best connectivity, but should be good enough for streaming, despite the fact that I am in a concrete building. That's Piper there. Again, a shout out to Maddie. It's her birthday today. South waiting here still. Kylie trying to keep the energy with her team. I love it. Hey, Kylie's just got a lot of energy she's bringing to the table. All right, there's your substitution. We are one step closer to being back underway. Piper, Nani says hello. You have to wave there, not here. Hello. You got to be closer to Maddie to be seen. It only catches that edge. There you go. Oh, Coach Rachel telling them lock in. All right. Just waiting for the ref to sign off on the Longhorns rotation, and we will be locked in and good to go. In the meantime, again, despite a hard-fought battle there, 27-25, still a good amount of energy for South as they prepare to go up against Lambert again. Maddie's family in the stands to your right. Not that you can see them, but they've got a nice big balloon to embarrass their daughter. I like it. Might just be her mother and then siblings, but you get the idea. Thought I saw Dad around here earlier, but I may be hallucinating because I'm terrible with names and faces, despite my best efforts. Every year I make a New Year's resolution, I'll solve that. Every year I fail, but it's okay. I'm going to keep trying until I figure out a good system for me to remember people's names. I have improved in faces. If you haven't figured out at this point, I'm mostly just making small talk as this starting lineup check is taking much longer than normal. Could write a short story on how long this is taking. Maybe I will. Looks like the ref is not aligning to the print, or is not agreeing that the current team on the field for the Longhorns matches the rotation that is printed. Could be they just started out of position where they were standing when he checked them, but that's what the discussion is right now. The problem is, from what I can gather from where he's pointing on the scorecard, is that when the girls would rotate and move, they would end up out of position in the next rotation, and that's what's causing the problem. Now, if this were to happen during a game, it would be an immediate point for South. So I would much prefer that he not correct it now and give South the point. But in the interest of an honest and complete and fair game, it probably is best to sort it out now and make sure everybody's on the same page. I'm curious, though. I've not seen this kind of delay in discussion, so I'm wondering how far off base I am. Yeah, I really wish I had some guidance on this one, folks. In the meantime, South continues to play well, have all season, despite a handful of losses. They definitely win a whole lot more often than they lose, and that's the kind of thing that we want to see. It's also much more enjoyable to watch when your team's winning than it is when they're losing. South no longer locked in, as they would say, as the girls on the sideline are starting to get easily distracted. I mean, in fairness, they've been waiting a while. Think all the confusion is sorted out. The official has moved into position to be able to call the game. Our rotation is in place. Sahidi being cheered on to serve it up by the girls on the sideline. And we're underway. Sahiti with the serve. Sent over. Middle hitter. We have a net call, as I believe that was number 1 hit the net, which gives War Eagles their first point and Sahiti the chance to serve again. Sahiti, another good serve. And that's an ace! Sahiti Longhorns unable to handle it. Sahiti gets an ace and the second point of the set. Sahiti, another good serve, this time handled by their middle hitter and immediately sent over. Haley's there. Haley and sends it over the net. Their number 20, their center blocker, center middle, sent it immediately back over and got the Longhorn point. There's the serve. Floater right at Maddie, who goes down to a knee. Leah manages to get there in time. Haley sends it over the net. Returned early. Leah's there. She calls for it. Sahiti gives it to, I'm unsure who that was. And it looks like they are confused a little bit as well, as Cam asking Sahiti if that was supposed to be hers or if that was someone else's. And Coach Rachel giving some guidance on that as well. All right, Maddie to Sahiti. Sahiti to Haley. Haley and Leah almost collide, neither talking. And that gives Longhorns, I believe, the first time 3 points today have been scored by either team. Here we go again. Leah's right there this time. That's Sahiti. Sahiti goes behind her to Kiki. Kiki with a good spike. Kiki with a kill! Kiki doing a good job getting that in the back right hand or outside corner of the court. Outstanding hit. Kiki will now get a chance to serve. Kiki, good serve. Tries to almost hit the same spot she was just at. Lambert's going to return that. but Maddie's right there as it comes in. Sahiti gets there. Maddie's going to have trouble with it. Maddie tries to get it over, not quite able to. That was not going to be an easy one just because of the angle, though. Bryn and Kiki substituting. Wyatt approves. Okay, I was wondering that. And Bryn now in. Leah welcoming her onto the court. Maddie there on your left. Up front, kind of middle right, you have Cam, and I believe that's Sahiti. And Haley up front. Late rotation by the Longhorns. Definitely close to a rotation problem as that substitution was late. Number 33 to serve. There's your serve. Goes right at Maddie. Maddie goes down to a knee, gets there. Sahiti sends it over and causes them to have the same problem that we've been struggling with off and on. Really around this idea of if you don't follow the 3 and over, it's causing confusion, and we're back to a 4-4 game, folks. Leah, great serve, immediately returned. Bryn's there. Sahiti moves it forward, sends it over the net. Number 13 tries to both block and push. Can't do that, folks. 5-4. Leah's going to get the serve again. War Eagles up by 1. Another good serve by Leah. That one's going to be a problem. Despite a valiant effort, that is another War Eagle point. While not an ace, I got to tell you, that looked really good. All right, we're going to get to go again here. Leah, another good serve right over, center back. They're going to give that to their libero to send over. Bryn's there this time. Sahiti moves it forward. Haley sends it over. Middle hitter hits it way wide. And today, that makes it the first time the War Eagles against the Longhorns have gotten 3 in a row. 7-4. Leah gets to go again. Keep it up, the sideline cheers. Rightfully so. Leah, another good serve, down to a knee. Neither on the Longhorns able to handle it, despite a good effort by number 4 to even keep the ball in the air. That's the first time we've had 4 in a row against these two teams. Leah, good serve going the opposite direction. Handled by 13. 33 pops it. Leah's there, though, on the return. Here comes Sahiti over to Maddie. Maddie sends it back. Maddie with a kill! 9-4, War Eagles. Looking good. Leah's going to go again. Stream's having a little bit of trouble. Hope it's recovered. Another good serve. Good communication on the part of the Longhorns. They're going to return that with their outside hitter. Nice, easy. Bryn's there. That's Sahiti. Sahiti to Haley. Haley tries to find the hole. Middle hitter's going to send that over with a bump. That's Bryn again. Sahiti moves it forward. Haley calls for it. Haley not quite able to handle it, despite a good effort on her part. 9-5. Coach Rachel letting Leah know she should have taken that one because she's hitting forward instead of back. So just again, ongoing and continuous development. That ball is going to be way long, and that is a 10th point for the War Eagles. All right, who we got serving now? We got Haley serving. 10-5. Haley serves. Ooh, unfortunately not quite able to get it over the net. 10-6, and it's time for our double substitution. Haley and Sima will be swapping, and Sahiti and Cassidy will be swapping, as that's your double substitution. On the left-hand side of your screen up front, you have numbers 2 and 5, or Cassidy and Piper, and then left to right, you have Bryn, Leah, Maddie, and Sima. There's your serve. Right at Leah. Leah handles it. Sima moves it forward. That's going to be Cassidy who sends it over deep center. They're going to their outside hitter. Outside hitter with a good spike, but Leah's there. This time it's Sima again. Back to Cassidy. Cassidy, another good hit. They are handling it. Outside hitter one more time. This time it's Bryn to Piper to Cassidy. Oh, unfortunately, Cassidy hits it into the net. 10-7. Good efforts from everybody on that one. Again, Coach Rachel giving some on-the-field immediate coaching and development. There's your serve, Cassidy. Good call. Leah and Simon, neither of them calling for it, resulting in confusion on the line, 10-8. There's your serve. Bryn handles that one. That's to Sima. Sima gives it to Cassidy. Cassidy goes towards the back corner. Well played by the Longhorns on that one. This time Sima to Piper. Piper to the back corner. Piper with a kill! Catching the back left inside corner of the court. Piper gets the kill. Substitution time. We have Bryn and Kiki substituting. Maddie gets to serve as the War Eagles have an 11-8 lead. Good serve by Maddie. Good save by 36. And they do get it over. Good job, Maddie. Over to Kiki. Kiki with a kill as she finds the hole between the front and back lines. Substitution time on the Longhorns. 51-13, swapping out. Maddie to go again, 12-8. Maddie, good serve. Barely clears the net. Using the net, though, rotates it in, gets herself an ace. Sideline continuing the cheer. 13-8 now. Maddie puts a little more on it this time. 13 handles it. Flat-footed. That goes wide as 33 hits it wide. That makes it 14. (14-8). Maddie's going again. Good job by Maddie. There's the serve. Ooh, that became a problem for him. And that is another War Eagle point. Thought the Longhorns had that one saved. They did not. They're starting to get in their heads. And the Longhorn coach rightfully takes the timeout to try to break up the momentum. South, of course, continuing their energy, staying focused, and having the largest lead between these two teams, I believe, including Monday. I don't think at any point on Monday either of the teams got a 7-point lead. Now, that by no means means it's over. These two teams fight back and forth, point for point. So if one can get a little bit of momentum, so can the other. However, Coach Rachel doing a good job continuing to coach, develop, and push this team, finding and giving immediate real-world feedback on what just happened. And I think it's been that continual feedback in every play that helps the girls learn, but also teaches a little bit about constructive feedback is valuable. Rather than thinking all feedback is negative, gets a little better. Maddie, not iced out by that timeout. 33 is going to pop it. Their middle hitter sends it over. Cassidy down to 2 knees. Piper gets herself turned around. Not quite able to handle it. Piper not able to get there. So I was trying to see what was going on. Maddie and Kylie swap. 15-9. And this is nowhere near over. Both of these teams evenly matched. Here we go. Longhorn number 1 serves. Right there, down to a knee is Kiki. Sent right back over. Sima to Piper. Piper hits it hard. Number 13 moves it forward. That's going to go wide. as 44 tries to get it over the net, over the back. Not quite able to. And now Piper will get a chance to serve. Cam comes in for Leah as they swap out. Sidelines cheering her on. There's Piper's serve. Looks like that's going to be handled. Outside hitter takes it. Outside hitter hits it. Catches the back outside corner as Sima tried to get there. Couldn't quite get her arm up, but even if that ball was still in. Piper and Leah now swap. We have a shoe tying event on the court. All right, 35 for the Longhorns to serve. Nice serve right at Leah. Leah gives it to Sima. Sima to Cassidy. Cassidy goes towards the back. Handled by the Longhorns. Outside hitter. Hard hit, but Kylie's there. Leah tracks down that ball. Sima sends it over. Quick return. Kiki gets there. Kylie gets there. Sima sends it over. Great job by South. Outside hitter. Kiki to Sima, who sends it over quickly. Middle hitter. Middle hitter goes out. Goes long. War Eagle point. Super close, but Sima not quite able to get her arm up and touch that. It's substitution time. That's going to be Cassidy for Sahiti and Sima for Haley. Sahiti will be serving 17-10. The continual back and forth continues to go, but thankfully we have a couple point lead right now during this back and forth exchange. Sahiti cleared to serve. There's your serve, clears the net. Number 4 gets there, sends it right back over. That's Kiki to Sahiti. Sahiti back to Kiki. Kiki hits the top of the net, unfortunately, and it rolls back on our side. 17-11. All right, here comes 32 to serve for the Longhorns. Nice serve right at Leah. Leah pops it up to Sahiti. Sahiti goes to 29, Kiki. Kiki goes across court. They're going to return that with their outside hitter. That's Haley. Haley to Sahiti. Sahiti to Cam. Cam goes deep center. Handled. It's going to get returned again. Outside hitter. Outside hitter spikes, but Leah's there. This time Kylie moves it forward. Kiki calls for it. Sends it over the net. Here comes the ball. Middle hitter this time. Middle hitter sends it back. Oh, just over the hands of Cam. Directly in front of Kylie and gets the point for the Longhorns. 17-12. Here we go again. That's a serve. Trying to dive to get there. Kiki gives a good effort, but that's a Longhorn ace. (17-13). Kylie's there. Kylie to Sahiti. Sahiti to Haley. Haley sends it over. Clears the net. They're going to return it with their inside hitter. Inside hitter goes back to Kylie. That's Haley. Haley sends it immediately over. Oh, Longhorns, despite talking to each other, do not hear each other. And that ball goes shooting towards the back. All right, who we got? Kiki serving. Up front, Kylie is going to swap out with Maddie, and that gives us Maddie, Haley, and Cam up front. Leah and Sahiti mid-court. Kiki to serve, 18-13. There's the serve, drops it in. Good dig, and here comes the return. That's Leah. That's Sahiti. That's Cam. Cam pushes her kill through the block, gets the 19th point. As she pushes it through the really good attempt at a block by Lambert. Here goes Kiki again. Kiki, center handled. Number 1's going to give it to the outside hitter who barely made it there. That's Sahiti to our outside hitter, over to Haley who sent it over. This is going to be returned two-handed. That's Cam to Haley. Haley sends it immediately over. Fight at the net. Leah's there to protect it, though. Sahiti going back to Maddie. Maddie with the spike towards the back. Little bit of trouble for the Longhorns. Return though. Leah diving down to a knee, gets there. Sahidi to Haley. Haley sends it over. Clears the net. Outside hitter. This time it's Sahidi, and a great play by Haley to get that over the net. Here comes the return. Haley's there though. This time it's Kiki. Kiki sends it straight over, or Sahidi sends it straight over. Good block by Cam. Sahidi pops it to Leah. Leah moves it over to Maddie. Maddie goes for, gets there. We have a good volley going here, folks. But 13 hits it straight into the net because that net is too high. Hard fought point. Kiki to go again. There's Kiki's there. Number 13 calls for it. Quickly return. Kiki's there though. Sahiti sends it over to Maddie. Maddie goes for the spike. Back center. Handled by Longhorns. Outside hitter this time. Right at Leah though. Sahiti sends behind her to Haley. Haley pushes it over the net. That's going to get returned somewhere in the middle. Inside hitter ends up taking it right back at Kiki. Sahiti rushes to get there. Sahiti succeeds at getting it over the net. Outside hitter's going to push it. Outside hitter's going to send it wide. 21-13. I got to tell you, Kiki's face there looks stressed that she's got to go again. And the Longhorns call a timeout as now we have the first ever 8-point deficit between these two teams. Team on the field, you can't really see it, but they are all rushing. Team on the court is all rushing to get their water bottles. They are very much stressed at the moment and need a little bit of water to calm themselves down. Also, they are working hard out there as this has been still a back and forth knockout, drag out match. We are talking 8 points. We are super close. Still not over. Both coaches are going to try to get their teams refocused, re-engaged, or keep them engaged. Coach Rachel is telling them to think about the fundamentals and make sure they just play fundamental volleyball. Looked like Lambert's coach was telling them to shake off the mistakes. As Coach Lasso would say, be a goldfish. Here we go. Kiki not iced out with that timeout. Immediately sent over. Maddie goes for the kill on the first shot. This is going to get returned quickly. Leah gets one arm on it. Kiki sets it, gives it to Sahidi, who sends it over. Once again, good teamwork by the War Eagles. Leah's there this time to Sahidi. Sahidi to Cam. Cam with a spike. Cam with a kill! 22-13. The energy on the south sideline, very high right now. 22-13. Kiki goes opposite corner. Oh, unfortunately goes a little bit wide as she sliced it towards the left-hand side. Substitution time as Kiki and Bryn will now swap. It's 22-14. Lambert Longhorns, after they complete their double substitution, will also be serving. Here comes number 33 with the service, cleared to serve. There's your serve right at Maddie. Maddie gives it to Sahiti. Sahiti gives it back to Maddie. Maddie with a good spike. Handled. That's going to get returned to the outside hitter. Bryn's there, though, to Sahiti. Sahiti to Haley. Haley, oh, unfortunately, hits it into the top of the net. It's still a War Eagle game right now at 22-15, but we are not there yet. Say it with me, folks. How high is that net? Too high. 23-15. Your front row right now is Leah's going to be serving. Piper has come in, so it's Piper, Maddie, Haley. Midcourt, Bryn, and Sahidi. And there's Leah's serve. Deep back center. Outside hitter's going to return it and finds the hole between Piper and Bryn, unfortunately. 23-16. This is back and forth once again. 23-16. Number 13, the serve. There's your serve, right at Bryn. Bryn gives it to Leah. Leah to Maddie. Maddie goes cross court. Maddie catches the back corner. Maddie gets a kill. This is now set point, 24-16. Haley will be serving. Serve it up is the call. There's the serve. Number 4 sends it back over. Piper goes to the back corner. Piper gets a kill to end the set. 25-16. Piper with a kill. And the War Eagles win set 2. And once again, we will be going to a third set tiebreaker because the South Forsyth High School War Eagles like to win in 3. You hear the energy, the excitement, and yes, again, third set. If this is your first time watching, a little bit about how this works. 3 sets, first to 15. Have to win by 2, just like in a regular game. The biggest call out that I would share is kind of the way actually Maddie started. Piper's been continuing. There could be others on the team, but those are the 2 I hear shouting it. Is the way to think about this is it's 3 sets of 5 each. The reason that's so important is this game will fly by. I know it's only a 10-point difference. I know that you think, well, that doesn't make any sense. But if you look at it this way, that's what? 10, 20, 40? I mean, it's basically 40% shorter of a game. I'd have to double check that math, but you get the sentiment. It feels like it's only 10 points, but the game flies by. It's about momentum. Maddie once again wins the coin toss, and we will be serving first. So again, momentum's there. If you think about it, at one point we had a 7-point lead. 8-point lead, actually, was the highest we got to. An 8-point lead is effectively half the game. And that's why it's so important. Now, I will say, CET looking a little stressed about this. The team making Flying Birds, aka War Eagles. That's what we'll be after this one. Now, what's Lambert thinking? Lambert's having the same kind of conversation around get the points quickly, take the momentum, take the control. The difference is they're coming off the loss. So the momentum is not on their side already. These first couple points will make the difference for the entire set, almost every time. That's what we're going to be looking at. How well do these first couple points go? Now, who's on the court? Let's take a look. On the far left-hand side, down kind of on her knees, that's Haley, number 20. Waving to you and us, that was number 29, Kiki, on the right-hand side, and Cam there, number 4, in the middle. Your back court in the orange shoes, number 1, looking away from us, that's Maddie. The tall one, number 5, will be substituted with Leah here in just a moment. And then right of number 5, kind of, sideways to us, is number 11, Sahiti. Sahiti will be serving first. I think this may be partly why she looks as nervous as she does, is she will set the momentum. I don't know if she knows that or thinks about it, but I can tell you that's kind of how it works. It is about this next moment, this first few moments. All right, ref double-checking rotations on the sideline there, talking to the judges, the scorekeepers. The people I don't envy is their super stressful job. Don't get that wrong. All righty. One step closer. While we're waiting here, let's talk about some of my favorite things, starting with TiffanyBookedIt.com. That's my wife, owner, operator, vacation planner of TiffanyBookedIt.com. If you are looking for any kind of cruise planning, Disney planning, all-inclusive resort planning, Carnival cruises, Royal Caribbean, Universal, she does all those things, but she always keeps her client list to a minimum. Not because she, wants to make a ton of money, but because she wants the experience to be amazing. She thankfully doesn't really think about the money piece. And most importantly to you, it's free anyway. Who cares, right? Because you know who pays for her? All those people I just talked about. Travel agents are free. But my wife doesn't take the extra clients. Instead, she wants to be able to provide a great personalized experience for you. All right, folks, we're ready. It's time. The game is here. Tahiti ready to serve. The official climbing the stairs, getting ready to judge. Longhorns ready, talking to each other. All right, let's see if the stream comes back up now. All right, we are now underway. There's the serve from Tahiti. After a delay, we are well underway now. Leah's there to Tahiti. Tahiti tries to send it over. Unfortunately, she catches the top of the net, and the first point goes to the Longhorns. Again, game of momentum, especially in these 3 sets of 5. That's going to go into the net, because that net is too high. 1-all. Kiki to serve now. All right, there you go. Oh, good serve, because that's an ace. Good job to Kiki getting an ace, and the War Eagles take a 1-point lead. Another serve. This one's going towards the back outside corner. It is going to be handled. Kiki there gets a hand on it. Luckily, Tahiti to Cam. Cam sends it over the net. And we have a net call as the Longhorns touch the top of the net in their attempt to block it. That's what we want. All right, we're going to go again. Kiki again. Drops it in. Oh, down to a knee. Longhorns get there. Middle hitter returns it. Tahiti with a good save. And then Haley and Leah sends it over. Outside hitter's going to take that. This time it's Kiki. Cam tries to get there. Can't quite. 3-2. All right. Substitution time as Kiki and Ashley swap. There's your serve. Right at Ashley this time. Tahiti gets there. Haley sends it. Unfortunately catches the side of it. I thought she was going to send that over the net. Gets super close. And it's now a tie game at 3-all. Here comes that point to point. 4-point drag out again. Cleared to serve is number 13. There's your serve, right at Ashley. Ashley to Tahiti, Tahiti to Haley. Haley with a kill as Haley sends it right over the front line and in front of the back line. Substitution time as Piper and Cam swap and Leah moves in to serve. 4-3. Good serve from Leah right down the line. That's handled. Outside hitter's going to take it. Outside hitter gives it to Ashley. Ashley to Sahidi. Sahidi gives it to Maddie. Maddie with a spike. That's going to be a problem. They are able to handle it. Maddie's there, though. Piper, Sahidi couldn't get around Piper. Sahidi couldn't get around Piper, and then, well, neither of them were able to get to the ball, unfortunately. And we now have, once again, a 4-4 game. There's your serve. Leah's right there. Pops it to Sahidi. Sahidi gives it to Haley. Haley towards the back. Ooh, almost got the kill. I thought she had that one. Ashley tries to get there. Leah tries to get there. And the Longhorns are the first to get to that first set of 5. All right, cleared to serve. Right at Maddie. Maddie to Ashley / Shahidi. Piper tries to get to it and ends up hitting Haley square in the face instead. 4-6. Maddie handles it. That's given to Haley, who sends it right back over the net. This is going to be handled by their middle hitter, who tips it to Maddie. Maddie to Sahidi. Sahidi back to Maddie. Maddie, ooh, with a dive and a save there. That one goes wide, though, as 19 tries to get a kill, and Haley will now serve. The back and forth continues. Up front, Sahidi, Piper, Maddie, Ashley, and Leah there in the midcourt. Haley serving. Haley, good serve, drops it in with a dive and a save. Going their inside hitter. Inside hitter goes to Haley. Haley not quite able to get there in time. That's another Longhorn point. 5-7. And that means it's time for our double substitution. How about we call this the double mint gum substitution time? I feel like everything should be branded. It's a broadcast after all. Maybe Double Mint can give me some money for calling it that. It's the Double Mint double swap. All right. Longhorns are going to serve 5-7. And how high is that net, folks? Too high. Maddie will now be serving, and it's substitution time. Ashley and Kiki. 7-6. Longhorns up by 1. Maddie, good serve, deep. Maddie with an ace. Maddie gets an ace and ties the game back up, as that ball was too hard hit to be handled. 7-all. Maddie again, this time handled. Middle, nope, went to the middle hitter, did find it over. Maddie's there, though. That's Sima. Sima sends it straight over. Sima gets herself a kill, as none of the Lambert Longhorns looked at and got the ball. 8-7. Maddie again. Maddie's serve, well placed. Immediately sent back over. Sima to Leah. Leah goes behind her to Kiki. Kiki almost got herself a kill. Handled there, though. That's going to be Kiki to Sima. Sima this time to Piper. Piper sends it towards the back with a small dive. Gets there in time. Outside hitter. Leah dives and gets there. Sima's going to Kiki. Kiki, oh, unfortunately, Kiki catches the top of the net. All right. It's substitution time. Maddie and Bryn will be substituting. Waiting for the ref to clear the substitutions. All right, cleared to go. Oh, it was not Bryn. My apologies, it's Kylie. So Kylie's number 14, who just came in for Maddie. There we go. There's the serve. Floated right at Kiki. Kiki gives it to Sima. Sima goes behind her to Piper. Piper sends it over the net. That's going to get returned. Outside hitter. Outside hitter spikes it. Leah tries to handle it. Leah, unfortunately, not quite able to, despite a good effort. Lambert takes their 1-point lead. 9-8. All right, there's your serve. That's Leah. Leah goes to Sima. Sima goes behind her to Ryan. Ryan with the spike. Their libero dives, gets there. Leah's there. Going over to Sima. Sima goes this time to Kiki. Kiki goes cross court. Number 4 for Lambert gets there in time. Little bit of confusion. Piper tips it. Kiki punches it over. We got a bunch of one-hand punches going, but we got there. Kylie to Sima. Sima goes over to Kiki. Kiki sends it over. Handled by 33. Number 4 there. Here comes the return. Right back at Leah. Leah dives. Kiki's there. Kiki sends it over. This volley is going. Outside hitter. Outside hitter this time. Hits it into the net. Can't make it over. And we're back to a tie game of 9-9. Leah and Cam swapping as Piper moves in the serve. 9-9. War Eagles Longhorns. Good serve by Piper. Handled by the Longhorns. Middle hitter tips it. Piper gets there in time. Sima sets it back over the net. Confusion, definitely a lift. Not called, it doesn't matter. That goes wide. 10-9. Up by 1. The 1 point for 1 point fighting continues. There's Piper's serve, deep back. That's an ace! 11-9 as Piper gets the ace towards the outside corner. The War Eagles first to the second set of 5. Ooh, Piper hits it wide. Longhorns now get to their second set of 5. Leah and Piper substitute. It really comes down to locking in here. This is now a 5-point game. Kylie down to a knee. Cam to Sima, who gets it over the net. Good teamwork and quick reactions. Outside hitter's going to take that. Outside hitter hits it. Outside hitter hits it long. 12-10. This is potentially now a 3-point game. Timeout called by the Longhorns. Look at the energy South is bringing during this timeout. I have got to tell you, this is a fight for a fight for a fight. Point for point. I mean, right now, it's just all about fundamentals and getting 1 point at a time. I really do believe that's what both teams are going to be going for here. I would imagine Coach Rachel is telling her team a little bit about, don't let them sneak the ball into us. That's how they've gotten away with some things today. We do not want that to happen. Now, it is substitution time. Double mint, double sub. Sahiti for Ryan and Sima for Haley. There's your serve right down the line. That's going to get returned by their middle hitter. Middle hitter hits it. Sahiti goes for it. Leah moves it forward. Cam over the back. Cam's going to get there in time. Both teams could have let either of those go and it would have gone wide. Kylie to Sahiti. Sahiti behind her to Haley. Haley. We have a net call against the Longhorns as they touch the net trying to get that ball. 32 touched the net during that exchange. Keep it up is the sideline cheer. Sahiti to go again. Sahiti with a good serve. Number 4 sends her back over. Cam tries to hit it back over. Not quite able to. It's 13-11. This is nowhere near over. Coach Rachel giving a little bit of feedback on if you're going to do that, take an extra step back. wind up and hit it. Make it a spike. Number 1 for Lambert to serve after their substitution. There's your serve. Sahiti, unfortunately, sends it back left, 13-12. Lambert fighting to get back in this one. South fighting to get the ball back right here. Loud noise from the sideline. Leah to Sahiti. Sahiti to Cam. Cam towards the back corner. Cam with a kill! Cam gets the kill in the outside back corner. 14-12. Kiki to serve. Kiki will be serving for both set and match point here. We will first have a substitution as Maddie and Kylie swap. Your front row, Maddie, Haley, Cam. Midcourt, Leah, Sahiti. Cam with the serve. Barely handled. Cam to Haley. Haley sends it over. Haley with a kill to win it. Haley with an over-the-back kill gets the 15th point. The girls go wild as that set ends. South wins in 3. Pulling it off, absolutely making it happen and getting there. Coming onto the court, Tiffany and Malin cheering them on. Absolutely impressive by South to come back and win that one. Coach Rachel so very happy. Lots of smiles, lots of happiness. I really appreciate everybody watching today. That is our last game for the day, and we will be back next time. Thanks for watching.